What's going on, everybody? Rob here, aka Trav2323. Subscribe, like, and share. Subscribe, like, and share. Cost of doing business. End of the boating season. A lot of people, it's October 31st. The bridges in Chicago are going up. A lot of people are sailing their boats over to their marinas to get shrink wrapped. You know me, I can't see at night. So when time changes, I get the boat out the water. My boat's already waxed. Look at that. Already waxed. Gotta do the bottom coat with the VS721. You've seen in the other videos it came out really good, but this is the cost of doing business. You see the boat shrink wrapped, and you see who shrink wrapped my boat, Cabela's. A lot of people swear by canvas. Well, just get the canvas made, and you only need the canvas one time to be made, and it's good for years and good for this, good for that. See, you see that got vents on it right there to keep everything dry. It got the vents on it. It got silica packets inside the boat. There's silica packets inside the boat, and what happens, and there's no seat covers in there at all. The seat covers are not in there, so everything in the boat could breathe. Because if you leave the seat covers on there, you get condensation because the sun's hitting your boat. The sun's hitting it, but the inside pieces are still cool. No, yeah, still cold. So when the sun hits it and the inside pieces are cooling, it's creating condensation, and the condensation sits in your boat, especially with the canvas tarps that people swear by, the canvas tarps. Now this was $560 to have it shrink wrapped, winterized, and shrink wrap and winterize. Now I got a 4-stroke horsepower on it, so they run the fluid through it, they do the computer check on the engine and everything. But with those little vents right there and the silica packets on the inside, when you cut this open, it is dry. I mean, there's nothing, no moisture, no nothing is sitting in here. The moisture, if there was any moisture, it breathes, so it dries itself out. I mean, it's able to circulate air. And when you have it completely wrapped up where it can't circulate air in there, the moisture just sits. So either way, this is the cost of doing business. Now here, what I'm doing, not everybody does this. It's not for the faint of heart. But you see, I got 2 jacks right underneath here. 2 jacks underneath there, and I'm getting the tires off the floor. Now this I will get canvas covers for, but I'm getting the canvas covers to cover the wheels and the rims and tie them around the back, so then this way these don't dry rot. If you just leave these sitting in dirt or on gravel, they will dry rot. They'll get flat spots and everything. So that's why I jack it up and I put it on jack stands. Yes, those are Harbor Freight jacks, and those jack stands are Harbor Freight, but they are not the recalled ones. So I'm getting this centered, and I got rubber tops on them. There's rubber tops. Let me see over here. This one's already done. This one right here is covered with rubber tops, and it's centered right there. So I just kneeled on a rock. Oh God! See, rubber tops on them. All right, this one is already sitting, centered, and everything good to go. I got to do that one, and then I kneeled on a rock. Oh God! But the front tire right now, this is pretty sketchy because I just got 1 block on the front tire. So I got to get some more stuff to put around the front tire, so just in case it rolls, it'll kind of fall in the crevice and it won't roll over. So this is the last one that I'm putting up right now. I got it sitting on the other jack and the other jack stand over there, and I'm just trying to get this one up high enough to put the other jack stand underneath. And if you're from this side, just looking for the clearance. But this is not for the faint of heart, because it is pretty scary when you get under here with all the weight of the boat. To me, it's easy. Believe it or not, I waxed the boat laying underneath it with these jack stands. Okay, I'm trying to get equal distance on the axle. Trying to make sure the jack stands are centered and they're rubber jack stands. So that one over there is completely on the jack stand. So I just got to kind of lower this one, but you don't want to lower it really hard. You got to really, like your other car, you could lower down really fast. This one right here, you really got to lower down slow. That jack is easier to lower down slow than this jack. I might even replace this jack. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna jack that over here and take it off of this jack stand and then lower it. That's a lot easier to lower it than this one. This one I feel it's gonna lower too fast. If it lowers too fast, I don't want it to crack the block and throw the boat off kilter. This newer jack is just easier to lower down than that one. That one's like really hard to break loose to lower down. Yeah, I got 2 big jacks. All right, there we are. Bob's your uncle. 2 jacks. Now I got this cranked all the way up over here. This way, there's no plug in the back of it. In case there is any moisture, it comes out the bottom, the hole right there. In case there is any moisture. The tires are off the ground, but they're not sitting. There's no weight on them. They're sitting on rubber jacks. Rubber jacks back over here. And that's why I let it sit all last year. What made it easier also is when I waxed the bottom at the beginning of the year, it was a lot easier for me to get under the boat. Same thing over here. They're not rubber jacks, they're steel jack stands with rubber heads on them. Steel jack stands with rubber heads. So now here's the thing though. Okay, say one of those don't break and it collapses. I got bricks underneath the window, so if it does say it breaks and collapses, it's not falling down much. It's falling down and it's getting wedged on the tires. It gets wedged on the tires, so it really doesn't go anywhere and it doesn't fall down much. Now this front one right here, I put bricks all around it because the weight of the boat, if it does shift, if it does move, it'll get stuck right there. But same thing over here, I got bricks all underneath it. It's not sitting on the bricks, they're just all underneath it, just in case something happens, the wind blows, the brick underneath the breaks, anything, it'll go ahead and it'll still sit in place and it won't go down much. So either way, that is cost of doing business with the boat at the end of the year. It'll sit like that for 7 months now here in Chicago, because the beginning of the marina season ain't till May 1st. Talk to you later. Subscribe, like, and share. Here's the boat battery in the basement. This is another boat battery in the basement. One thing, they're not sitting on the ground. They're sitting on a piece of wood, or don't let them sit on the concrete. And you see that I got a trickle charger, and I'm putting it between both batteries just to keep both batteries good. Do not leave this in the boat, in the cold, in anything. Bring it inside in the warmth, and then put it on a trickle charger. That's a good Stanley Fat Max. And then in between this, I'll switch it over to this like every other week or every week. I'll just switch them back and forth between the boat batteries. But if you put it on the ground, I don't know if it's true or not, but I believe it is, that it grounds out the battery and your battery drains a lot faster. So just put it on a piece of wood, put it on a piece of something, and do not leave it in the boat over the winter. That's the biggest thing. Do not leave it in the boat. Bring it inside. But